Good morning. This morning, the news has spread all over the world about this escapee of this Binance man that escaped from Nigeria. He was caught somewhere in Kenya this yesterday. What's your take on that?
Well, the African Binance chief, Nadeem, Anjarwalla, or what they call him, has been reported that he was spotted somewhere in the Kenya, and he was apprehended by Kenyan police, maybe in the direction or the directive of the government. How he managed to escape from Nigeria to Kenya, is another factor. Just like what is happening in Kogi State, where a certain governor, who is a disgrace to the entire youth, this is a man that everybody was looking at least. It was a pointer that that if eventually he does well, at least he will become a reference point on the need for youth political leadership in this country. But unfortunately, Bello turned Kogi government purse into his private purse, where his nephew and cronies, can easily walk into the government house, and siphon money meant for governors in that state. And that is why they keep on calling him screen governor. Yaya Bello screen governor. For a good 8 years, Yaya Bello was busy screening both ghosts and living workers. That's what a whole governor went there to do. At the end of the day, he siphoned allegedly of over 80 billion. And moreover, his nephew, small boys he brought into the government house, some of them went with over 10 billion, 20 billion. He even contracted over 50 billion or thereabout, as a late to one of the top music artists in the country, for a possible collab which is coming. That's a state money. I don't know why he's running, but maybe because of the contradictions of different court judgment, that caused with that. I think to a certain point, Yaya Bello has come to define who he is and what he is, and it has become very clear that he's driving illegal government of stealing, corruption should actually be questioned, and how he was able to, disappear from EFCC stronghold, is also a question. That was what I was trying to make reference to, given to what happened to Nadeem Anjarwalla, the Binance African chief, who was spotted. So we are waiting. I don't know whether they have Nigeria and Kenya. Of course, they should have. If they have that extradition treaty, because they are both Commonwealth nations. But that is notwithstanding. We are expecting that at the end of the day, Nadeem, the Binance man, should be returned back to Nigeria. Maybe possibly face trial if he will not escape again. So because it tells you a lot about our security personnel. A lot of them can compromise at the end of the day. That's what it actually looks like. The issue of Bello, is still very fresh in our memory. How a sitting governor manipulated the security protocol and structure and smuggled the former governor out from his Abuja residence. That is a watch. That is what we are expecting. What we are not expecting. But it happened. It has keep on happening. Even though that we know that at the end of the day, the 80 billion as alleged to have been stolen by Bello might not at the end of the day see the broad daylight. They will throw it under the carpet like they normally do. But the problem is this, do EFCC as it stands have the power, to prosecute and conduct trial, of any crime committed? I don't think that is their work. When the thing is that when the EFCC do a thorough investigation, they should get the police involved, for arrest and persecution. But here now, the EFCC is gradually taking laws into their hand, and that is why we are having different court rule over Yaya Bello saga, as it may. The same thing is what happened to at Delta State, where we see a video that's almost trending that Okowa village as a community was actually raised by the military, even though the military have not come out to deny or say anything about that, because before then they were alleged to have said that they didn't invade Okuama community for any reason. But the video is flying everywhere, courtesy of Somore, of Sahara Reporter, that made it very clear that the entire community was raised. And the people are still living in a inhuman environment for years now. I think the federal government should come in and see what they can do in that regard, to rescue the people from that inhuman environment they find themselves, as a result of government inability to provide governance down to all those creeks or rural areas across board. So as it stands now, the Binance chief, wherever he is, he's been expected, But now the question on the list of everybody, don't you think that at the end of the day, he might still escape? Well, of course, that will be left for the security hierarchy, to know what to do at the end of the day. As it starts now, Nigeria is still a mystery, to a lot of Nigerians. And until that time comes, when we begin to see positive change, drastic change economically. Of course, let me use this opportunity to address the incompetence of Reno Omokri. I think Reno Omokri at this point in time, I think he has gone something. I think he needs to be taken to a psychologist. If you don't understand governance, they say necessity is the mother of invention. You don't know the atmosphere of which, Governor Obi ruled, that every now and then, you run your mouth publicly because of one area you are going to get from being an internet rat to APC-led government. Thank you.